Bill Gates gives testimony in Epstein investigation, addresses affairs and alleged blackmail attempts. Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates has appeared before the U.S. House Oversight Committee as part of a congressional investigation examining convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein's alleged attempts to gain influence and leverage over powerful individuals. During the testimony, Gates discussed his past relationship with Epstein and acknowledged that Epstein became aware of personal details about his life, including relationships outside his marriage. Gates said Epstein appeared to consider using that information as a form of pressure, but he insisted that he was never successfully blackmailed. The testimony focused partly on whether Epstein attempted to use private information about Gates to strengthen his position in discussions involving Gates' former science advisor, Boris Nikolic. Gates, who is 70 years old, told lawmakers that two of the women connected to his past relationships were Russian nationals. They were identified as bridge player Mila Antonova and nuclear scientist Karima Nigmatulina. During questioning, lawmakers also brought up a third alleged affair involving medical entrepreneur Dr. Alice Jacobs Nesselrott. The discussion came after lawmakers presented an email connected to Epstein in which Dr. Nesselrott's name appeared. The name had reportedly been hidden in previously released versions of the document. When asked about the reference, Gates acknowledged the relationship and said that there was a period when he had an affair with Dr. Jacobs Nesselrott. The revelation added new details to earlier statements Gates had made to employees at his philanthropic foundation, where he had previously said Epstein knew about two affairs. The congressional questioning suggested that Epstein may have also been aware of the third relationship. Gates denies any connection to Epstein's crimes. During the hearing, Gates strongly denied any involvement in Epstein's criminal activities. He said he had no knowledge of Epstein's abuse of women and girls and rejected any suggestion that he participated in or supported wrongdoing. Gates told lawmakers that it was possible he had unknowingly been around individuals who were victims of Epstein because some women connected to Epstein had worked for him. However, he maintained that he was unaware of their circumstances. He also rejected claims that he had contracted a sexually transmitted infection or secretly provided medication to anyone. Responding to questions about health-related allegations, Gates said he had never had an STD and denied secretly giving medicines to anyone. He acknowledged that he may have once expressed concern about a possible health issue during a conversation with Boris Nikolic, but said it did not involve an actual infection. Meeting with Jeffrey Epstein. Gates also discussed his meetings with Epstein, explaining that he first met him between 2011 and 2014. According to Gates, their interactions included approximately 12 to 14 meetings and 2 Skype conversations. He said most of their discussions were related to philanthropy and possible efforts to connect wealthy donors with global health initiatives. Gates explained that Epstein had presented himself as someone who could help bring financial support to charitable projects. However, Gates admitted that meeting Epstein was a mistake, especially given Epstein's previous conviction related to sex offenses. He said he eventually ended contact after Epstein's promises of helping attract major donors did not produce meaningful results. The testimony has drawn significant public attention because of Epstein's history of connections with influential figures from politics, business, and entertainment. The congressional investigation continues to examine Epstein's network and the ways in which he may have attempted to use personal information and relationships for influence. Gates' appearance before lawmakers marks another public discussion of his past association with Epstein, as officials continue efforts to understand the extent of Epstein's activities and connections.